If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
Medical correspondent Dr. Jen Ashton. And Dr. Jen, I know that you spent some time with Dr. Fauci, and he talked about the importance potentially of wearing eyewear. Tell us what he told you.
Yeah, the key word there is potentially. So first we have to remember some mini med school here. Viruses can enter the body a variety of ways. This virus, SARS-CoV-2, enters through mucous membranes. The eye has mucous membranes. We haven't heard a lot about it in terms of protection, but on June 1st, there was a published study in The Lancet suggesting that there is data that eye protection, can reduce possibly the risk of becoming infected in an out-of-hospital setting.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Well, just when we thought things couldn't get more ridiculous, they continue to. What a surprise in this absolute insane world that we live in, where people buy into everything they're told to do on the TV, everything that the government, Big Brother, tells them to do. Now we have this. Dr. Fauci is saying that people should be wearing goggles. That's right, folks. Go out to your pool, get your snorkel equipment on, and put it on. Just keep the mouthpiece off and make sure you have a mask over it, or at least over your mouth. And get your snorkel goggles on, because they might transmit now through your eyeballs. I kid you not. When does the insanity stop? When do the American people put their foot down and say, we're not buying it? When do they put their foot down and say, why are you suppressing anyone who speaks against the stuff that they're mandating? The same people who told us at first that a mask was a stupid idea, remember? Oh, the mask will make it even more dangerous because you'll be touching your mouth all the time adjusting the mask. That's what Fauci said, remember? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the same guy who threw a baseball pitch, if you want to call it throwing out a baseball pitch. I don't know if, I've never seen any human being throw a ball more embarrassingly in my life, except maybe 50 Cent, but he throws out the first pitch at a Washington Nationals game, then proceeds to sit in the stands directly next to two people with his mask off. So not only is this guy not even social distancing, he's not even wearing a mask. And this is the guy we're listening to, him and Bill Gates, a guy who made computer software or whatever, Microsoft. Are we okay? Are we? I'm starting to wonder about the American people and what it's going to take for them to wake up. But I realize that from doing this day in and day out, that they're not. I realize that people don't see the bigger picture. They hear whatever they say that day is all they remember. They don't remember a week ago what they told you. And then they don't go, well, wait a minute. How come a week ago he said this and now he's backtracking and saying that? These people stumble on their words. They give you different advice every week. And now we're, 6 months into this nonsense. The casualty rate is minimal at best, even if none of them are, look, we already know how much money is getting paid out to the doctors to report these as, C-19 as the result of the passing away of the person, right? They're getting paid by the insurance companies to report it. John Doe is showing up in a car accident, suddenly dying of that. It's unbelievable. And even if it was real, 150,000 is a minuscule number. It is beyond minuscule. You know how many more people pass from different things like texting and driving and things like that, which human beings can control and stop, and they don't urge you to do that? But instead, we got to walk around with masks on. Now they're telling us that there's going to be a huge lockdown again, where we're all stuck indoors, where we all have to do even more things. And now they want us to put goggles on. Goggles. What's next? Why don't we just dress up like King Tut? Why don't we just become mummies, right? Let's go get our toilet paper rolls and wrap it around our entire bodies and our eyeballs, and let's all walk around the streets like mummies. Are we protected then? What's left? Do you want us do you want to put zippers on our mouths and zip our mouths shut and put paper clips over our noses at the same time while we wear goggles so we can't breathe? Because it's the same thing with inhaling the CO2. But oops, that's dangerous to say because you're not a doctor. You don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're so into science and science experiments. Do me a favor. Put on a mask, get on a treadmill, go for a walk on a hot day, and tell me that you can breathe with the mask on. Give me a break. Oh my goodness. Wearing goggles or eye shields. This is from NBC Now reporting on how Fauci has said goggles would provide us with complete protection. I could just see the Rothschilds rolling over, probably in their own feces, up in their castle somewhere covered in blood, rolling over laughing that this is the next thing of what people have to wear glasses for complete protection from nothing. And then seeing these imbeciles wearing goggles on their head like they're snorkeling. Wearing goggles or eye shields in addition to a mask might be a good idea to avoid catching the outbreak, says Dr. Fauci. Theoretically, you should protect all the mucous surfaces, or whatever it's called, mucosal surfaces. The Fauci told the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and again, meanwhile, this is the same guy who is at a baseball game, not even wearing the mask, sitting directly next to two people taking selfies, laughing after throwing the most embarrassing pitch you'll ever see a human being throw. It says currently there are no rules around the general public wearing eye protection, but recent studies are now showing that wearing eye protection can decrease the likelihood of infection for healthcare workers. Oh boy. When to wear eye protection, they say. Based on what doctors know and how it spreads, it's likely to get infected through your eyes. It took them long enough to come up with this one. I mean, boy. If you've been following the channel, I've been covering, they're saying you can get it from farts, you can get it from gas, other people's toilets, right? You can get it from just about anything, from breathing. And now another way to catch it through your eyes. So let's just cover our eyes. And what's next? Our ears too? Should we put earplugs in? I mean, people probably are better off with earplugs in because at least they won't be under full mind control 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, listening to this bull crap they hear on the news every night. They said how it makes much sense, however, to use eye protection in addition to your mask anywhere you can't effectively maintain social distance from others. So great. Anywhere you can. So if you go to the mall, you go to the beach, the boardwalk with your mask, while you can't breathe as it is, wear your snorkel mask, everyone. Make sure it's one of those ones that goes over your nose, so your nose is double covered, so you really can't breathe, because that'll be great for people's health, Nobody's going to be having heart attacks from this stuff. Yeah, I'm going to put a mask over my nose and a snorkel mask on with goggles. Oh, boy. They said what to look for in eye protection. Fauci says if you have eye protection already, use it. So what counts? They said standard eyeglasses or sunglasses can provide some protection, but they're not foolproof. That said, contact lens wearers might want to consider wearing glasses to avoid touching their eyes. Face shields work because they protect the crown and chin from exposure as well. The clear plastic straps around the face to the point of each ear to protect the wearer from splashes and sprays. Although they provide good eye protection, you still have to wear a mask while wearing the face shield. So get the face shield, right? This will be the next big, stock that jumps, right? Get your face shield, wear your mask under your face shield. I mean, this is just so outrageous. I don't think I can continue to read any of it. But I will, for your sake, because you probably need a good laugh. Even though there's nothing funny about this, because this is what's next. They're playing people like on a fiddle. And they just keep falling for it. They say face shields work because they protect the crown and chin from exposure. I read that part. And in order to be protective goggles, they should fit snugly, particularly from the corners of the eye across the brow. And that's why I said snorkel mask, because that's the only thing I can think of that would snug on your face. That'd be great, right? Leave that on for 12 hours and take it off. Wait till you see how your skin looks. Oh my goodness. So the best thing you could do right now is continue to wear a mask, social distance. If you're not social distancing, wear goggles and always use hand sanitizers. And please, they caution, don't touch your face. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, folks. I mean, you think maybe some days you wake up, I mean, I don't, but I know others do. They wake up, they think, hey, you know what? Maybe it's dying down. Right? Like we haven't heard so much recently about the the other agenda of dividing races against each other. But something will pop up in the next week or so, and then people will be like, "Oh yeah, this is gone," because we all were. It was almost like, "Oh well, we forgot about this." They had to come back with a bang, and the bang they came back with was, "Oh, 4th of July, biggest bust. The outbreak is biggest that we've ever seen, and America's the only country that has seen this, and that means Americans aren't obeying and they're not following the rules. So now we're gonna have to take more things away from them, and now we're gonna have to tell them to go back inside, and we're gonna have to tell small business owners to shut down, and you don't have a choice. You have to listen to us, or we're gonna give you citations, or we're gonna arrest you." What an utter, complete joke. And it's only getting worse by the second in the United States of America. So get prepared, folks, for mandatory goggles. Hope you like snorkeling, because you're going to be wearing that crap out at the store. Hey, at the grocery store, what do you see? You see any jellyfish? Nope. Just see the Eggo waffles. Oh, okay. Then your goggles get fogged up, but you can't reach in there and unfog them in the freezer section, right? Because then you'd be touching your eyes and your hands are out, right? So let's get gloves mandatory too. And like I said, you might as well just dress up like the mummy at this point, because that's what it's getting to. I want to thank everyone for listening to today's show. Please check out the website at callfornuprising.com if you haven't. I definitely think everybody out there would like it. And I want to thank all the patrons out there. Again, at the end of the month, it's really important to have the patrons. You guys are the ones who help support this channel on YouTube, so thank you guys so much. I hope mentally people are staying sane out there, because, I know everybody's safe, because there's nothing to be afraid of, because nothing's going on. But hopefully mentally everyone's staying safe, because I know mentally they're just beating us all down, because this is so ridiculous. We've all been talking about it for years. It's all coming to fruition. We're still crazy nuts, right? Conspiracy nuts. And everyone's just going along with everything that we said would happen, because they think that this stuff, because they've been so desensitized from the movies and everything else, they just trust in Big Brother, and they're just waiting to get the shot in the arm. Well, I'm not. I know you guys aren't, but it's just scary how dumbed down this world is. I thank you again for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.